Mayhem in the AM here on Sports Radio 790 The Zone. Nick Giannini and Chris Domino. And you know what? Show this man some respect.
I have respect.
This is Coach Handsome right here.
I heard this man ply his trade as a professional. This is the truth. The 76 ABA Championship, I don't believe it was even on TV. I heard it on my radio as a 13-year-old living in Staten Island, New York.
Oh, excellent.
So congratulations, by the way, on that ABA title of yours.
And by the way, nobody can see us, so I should tell the folks. That's Al Skinner we're talking about, head coach at Boston College.
What do you think it is, Roy Williams? It's Al Skinner, the man playing for the Nets. Coach, how are you today?
We're doing just fine, thank you. Doing just fine.
Appreciate your time. One of the friends of the show, as we call him, is Kevin Locker.
Okay.
Give us just one Kevin Lockery thing. What might we might not
Any
know
stories
about?
stand out?
There's a lot of stories, but actually the good thing about Kevin when I played for him, and a tremendous introduction to the league, was that very different than it is today. It really was a family type of thing. I went to his house and used to spend time in his house, swam in his pool. So, you know, those relationships you just don't get today. So, I mean, it's a business, it's different. So my introduction to professional athletics is a little bit different than most of the guys have today, and you know, those relationships are important to you.
And, you know, playing in the old ABA, I guess the adage was, we're all in this together. It truly is us against them.
No, it really was, and you know, we didn't have the TV contract at the time, and you're looking to establish yourself in professional sports, and I think what people eventually found out was that those players who were good in the ABA were going to be good in the NBA, but there was a time that people thought, well, they're just in the NBA, so they're not very good, which obviously they learned to disprove.
Before we talk about what you got going on right now, one other thing. When you found out that the Nets told Julius, Philadelphia, he wasn't going to be a part of what it is you guys going into the NBA was, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, it was very disappointing. That's when you begin to realize that the dynamics was starting to change. You know, he had an agreement with the owner that certain things would occur if the transformation was made, and they didn't happen, and so he just tried to get him to hold to it, and unfortunately they ended up making the trade, and it was very disappointing to his team and obviously to the fans of the New York area.
Yeah, that Rutgers Athletic Center really could have been a different place had Julius stuck on the team.
Oh no, I mean, but yeah, I mean, our introduction into the NBA would have been very different. You know, we would have had a much more impressive start in the league, very similar to what BC did when we first came into the ACC. Now we've kind of established ourselves and people have respected us. It took the Nets years and years and years before they were able to earn some respect in that league.
Al Skinner, head coach of Boston College, with us here on 790 The Zone, on Mayhem in the AM, and certainly you have had success at Boston College. Big town, a lot of stuff going on up there. How tough is it to put your stamp on what's going on for you in that city?
Well, you know, you just kind of wait your turn. I mean, that's the bottom line. But there are some things there some intangibles that are very important to us, especially to my players on a personal level. What they've found is what it takes to be a champion, how you carry yourself, how do you handle yourself, how do you prepare yourself, you know, these type of things. To read about Kevin Garnett and what he has to do to be successful, Tom Brady, to see what he has to do to be successful, to watch the Red Sox and their organization work, how they handle themselves. I mean, eventually these type of things have to rub off on you if you expect to excel in the area that you're in. And so it's been a tremendous benefit to us.
When you're recruiting, obviously there are a lot of factors that come into play: who you want, why you want, how it's all going to fit, how it's all going to mix together. Do you find that some guys are better suited to be city college kids, big city, as opposed to maybe some of these campuses that are a little more kind of off the path?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, a young man has to decide what kind of environment he would like to be in. I think that, you know, that determination has to be made, and what it is that he's looking for. So what we try to sell is a full experience. You're not just going to be, as you mentioned, isolated in an environment and be somewhat secluded. But you're going to be interactive within the city, within the media, within your own community. I mean, it's just a great place to grow, and not only just to be a basketball player, but to grow as a young adult. So if that's what you're looking for, then fine. But if you're looking for a whole lot of accolades and a whole lot of, you know, every week there's going to be something written about you, then Boston is just not the place for you, because there are too many outstanding individuals in that area, in that city, that they don't need to do that, and it's not required, and that's not the kind of environment I want, because that's not realistic. At the end of the day, that is not the real